right, so now I'm here with Andy Badet. He's with LG and had a strong hand, I suppose, in creating the LG Magnit Series of panels, I suppose, for virtual production, which is something that's new to LG, I suppose.
It is new to LG. We've been working on this for the last couple of years. I've been helping guide the direction on this. I'm not an engineer, I'll say that much.
That was gonna be my next question.
But no, I'm not an engineer, but I did help guide the direction on this product to make a viable product for virtual production at a next level. And that's essentially what we're looking at here. It's a 1.5 millimeter COB, so it's chip on board technology, LED tile with a rental frame. And typically you don't see anything under 2 millimeter in a rental frame because it's just too fragile.
And by that you mean one that you can rent, not one where you have to go to a place that it's preset.
Correct, or for that matter, you can take it apart, rebuild it multiple times easily without having to worry on a for a wall mount or something like that. It is flexible and it's a bunch of building blocks essentially. So you can build the stage the way you need to, whether it's a curved wall, a flat wall, whether it's higher, lower, wider, whatever it needs to do for that particular shoot, you have that flexibility. But you typically don't see anything under 2 millimeters because it's too fragile. Every time you put it together and take it apart, you break pixels. COB technology, chip on board, is a very resilient, reliable, and durable product.
Plenty of lights made out of that technology.
Yes, yeah. You can throw a hockey puck at this and it just bounces off and you don't break pixels. So it's important to have that level of durability in a product like this. So that's the first leg of it, that we have this product that's at a very fine pixel pitch for this world, but in a rental style frame.
Yeah.
The performance of the product itself, it's a 1.5 millimeter COB, 1500 nits, and then it gets into some more details, but basically, it's a very bright, purpose-built for virtual production, purpose-built up.
All the main color spaces?
Yeah, so we're at about 97% of DCI-P3 color space. We've got a 1:12 multiplex ratio on this product and a 7680 refresh rate on it.
Wait, what?
7680, yeah.
That's
refresh.
Very fast.
It's a very fast refresh rate. And then on the back end, our processing is coming from a third-party company called Megapixel VR, which is one of the top companies, if not the top company in my opinion, today for doing this type of technology, especially in the virtual production space. They have the ability to do a lot of very, very high-end capabilities, whether it's frame slicing or just being able to work with huge pixel canvases easily.
Yeah, I mean, when we walked up, I didn't realize that was a monitor until I saw the square over there.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like a printout.
No.
Like it looks very, it's very good. It's very good.
It's very good, and I will say the off-axis is incredible as well, where you don't get pixel shift. You go almost right up to the edge of the screen, looking down the screen, and you'll lose the image before you get color shift from which is unusual for LED. Let's put it that way.
And I assume you could use it. It doesn't have to just be for virtual production. You can do it at like a concert, use it like a normal screen. Like
you could. It's going to be overkill for a concert. It's
I was just picking
at 1.5. Yeah, but certainly as an on-camera video backdrop in a broadcast application, a traditional newsroom, something like that, or any type of environment. So it doesn't have to be the complete, inclusive environment of a virtual production stage. It could be just on a simple video backdrop.
And so, in terms of calling it, like, let's say colloquially, a virtual production panel, monitor, or whatever, is that just because of the quality of the monitor, or is there anything else in the hardware that makes it unique to virtual production?
We're piecing together a couple different things that haven't been available before. So that's the uniqueness. Again, that 1.5 millimeter pixel pitch hasn't been really available. Certainly not available in a rental tile that people are willing to invest in because it's gonna get destroyed very quickly and it's constantly being serviced. So COB corrects for that. The fact that it's built from the ground up as a video panel versus a signage panel or even a concert touring panel that then has to be wedged into a virtual production environment. This was built from the ground up specifically for virtual.
That's nice. Yeah, I've worked with those concert. That was I've worked with building those things up and down all the time, and they're very robust, but
absolutely
kind of a pain. They're not a pain. They're easy, but it takes a while to put them together.
And then once you get into the flow of it, it becomes much easier. And you know what to do.
What got you into? Oh God, I saw myself. I wasn't ready for that. What got you into virtual production? Like, why was that your kind of thing that you wanted to do?
So I've been in this industry, in the audio, video, and broadcast industry for over 30 years. I'll block that, or you could beep that out later. I started off in fixed installation, actually more on the audio side of things, but eventually got into the rental and staging industry, working for one of the very, very large projector manufacturers, projector and image processing for live events and that environment. And through our image processing product, I got introduced to the world of virtual production and started to engage with some of the people that were building out some of the very early virtual production volumes. And that led me there, and then I came on board with LG 2 years ago to really kind of spearhead this project and introduce them to the right people to guide them along the path.
Gotcha. And being kind of early on in the virtual production, I guess I never knew I could ask this of anyone, or I didn't know anyone I could ask this of. But like, obviously for us DPs, virtual production just came out like 2 years ago. But for you, how long have they been working towards that?
I will say virtual production in its current form is really only 2, 3, 4 years old maybe, and it's been addressed in different ways over that time. But you can go all the way back. There are rear project, yeah. Hey,
go back
and plates, yeah. You know, for car scenes. That's the same overall concept. What really changed over the last couple of years was not because of, well, a little bit because of the LED technology, but it was more because of the Unreal Engine and being able to do the real-time rendering, matching that up with camera tracking capabilities and the other pieces that go together to create an environment that that tracks with the camera, tracks with the talent, and recreates that environment accurately.
Okay, I guess that's more or less what I thought. But yeah, the parallel processes that all perfect stormed into what we have.
That's right. And actually, the part of the reason why there were 2.6 millimeter kind of became that standard. That's what was available in volume, especially right at the beginning of all the COVID lockdowns.
Right.
All that product came back to the warehouses. It was available. It was ready to use, and so it kind of became the standard. But it didn't need to be the standard. And so now, as we push forward, people are asking for finer pitch product. The challenge again, the durability of that. This addresses that, and so we're really excited to have this bleeding edge technology from LG. LG being a huge company. I should mention too that the COB modules themselves are made in a factory that LG built in Korea, so they're not coming out of China. Okay. This is a Korean-made product, so we're not reliant upon some of the technology coming out of China that has had varying degrees of reliability over the last few years.
Or just potentially using someone else's hardware that you're not aware of.
Correct.
Any of those things.
Yeah, we have more direct control over the QC of the product, over all the different elements of the product, and it can do some things that just other manufacturers can't do at this point.
I actually, apropos of nothing, I never buy computer monitors. I just bought a new LG, and I've been thrilled with it. I'd love another free one. Another free. I did not get the first one. Oh yeah, you said we can do it curved. What else? Do we cover it all? I feel like we covered it all.
We pretty much covered it all. I will add one more thing if you got another second. So we also have our lineup of what we call OLED Pro reference monitors.
Yes, please.
There we go. So we have a 65-inch that's up on the wall up there, exactly. So the 65-inch has some unique capabilities. It has 12G SDI in and out, actually, so you can loop through. Has an SFP Plus cage, so you could put in an embryonics transceiver in there and do direct fiber in with ST2110 support on that. And you can load it with multiple profiles based on CalMan, or we have our software, but you can use CalMan to load different profiles based on 1D or 3D LUT files into the display and quickly and easily change back and forth between them. So you can have up to 10 for SDR, another 10 for HDR, another 10 for HLG, another 10 for Dolby Vision, and be able to switch back and forth between them quickly and easily.
Was that kind of a response to the number of people using like C9s and CXs as client monitors?
Absolutely. And what we did to assist those customers was we pre-qualify that glass so that they don't have to worry about the uniformity on the glass. We pre-check them for uniformity. The average consumer doesn't notice that. the colorists and the professionals do notice that, and they need that as a reference monitor. So we pre-qualify the glass and then turn that glass into the OLED Pro product. So that's on the 65-inch. You have all those features. We also have a 27-inch and a 32-inch, which are essentially desktop monitors.
Yes.
Now those don't have SDI or SFP+. It's HDMI, DisplayPort, USB-C, and you're loading a single profile into it, but you can get it with a hood and a little sensor on an actuator that'll drop down.
The one I
calibrate
got
when
has
you
that little guy.
It does. Okay, so yeah, that's a BP. So 27 or 32-inch BP.
32.
Perfect. Yeah, no, that is. When I send that out into the field to broadcasters, to colorists, to studios, generally speaking, the response back I get is it is the best looking display we have ever seen.
I literally got it because over the pandemic I kind of became a colorist because obviously I couldn't be a cinematographer and got more and more gigs, and I was like, all right, I got to start promising. You know, at first they were small and I could get away with like not having which you should not do. But you know, I'm charging $100 and it's for a friend.
Yeah.
But when you need a confidence monitor, you know, so I'll rent the Flanders if I need it, but so far that LG's been like, especially when I calibrated it, it was like hitting hundreds.
Yes.
So I was like, well, you know, we're close enough.
Yeah, it is a beautiful piece of art. Let's put it that way, and we're very proud of that whole series of OLED Pro displays. There will be more coming in different sizes and different capabilities based on the needs of our customers. We're trying to take that customer feedback in and really design for this environment.
Amazing. Well, I'll have to, when we're done, you guys need to send me some review copies. And
Yeah.
I'll write up some articles about that.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Well, thanks for chatting with me, man.
Thank you very much.
Very cool.
I'm glad.